Chesterfield, Missouri, and we are going to do a complete garage door install for a fan who said we've done everything else, so we're going to put this up here and we're just going to let it run. So let's see what we got. Hopefully everybody can see everything, but this is going to be a complete install from takedown all the way through. So if you have questions, please don't hesitate to ask, because that's what I'm here for. So let's get this situated nicely. All right, there we go. Let's get started on this. It's going to take a couple of hours. But again, if you have questions, ask away. Normally I'd have a radio going, but they would gig it because I don't have a license. But we're going to leave the trim in.
I'm hoping this will come close. I'm gonna wrap it later. Oh yeah, that looks good.
This is probably my favorite color of the door. The oak and all that are nice. We have a new one called Cypress by DoorLink, and it really has a nice look. This is by far my favorite. It just blends so well.
Yeah, I met a guy, Matthew Ryland. He's a one-man show out of South City. We had him on Show Me St. Louis, and told him what I was doing, and he's like, I normally try to make $1,000 a day, but he goes, man, I'll do that for you. Material was like 150, and I think he's going to charge me like $500 to wrap this.
Do you want these old photo eyes?
No. He said they wrapped it wrong to begin with.
They did.
It's kind of funny. He's like, yeah. Like,
What, do you want me to put it on all the way? Or do you want me just to tack it with the trim on?
Or just let him put the trim on.
Okay, that's totally up to you.
Don't you think?
Well, if he's okay with it.
Yeah.
I mean, but what we normally do would be tacking it up for him, but if he's good and he doesn't mind, because they'll take what's on the back of this off, and they'll flush it straight in so the new trim fits over it nicely.
Okay. Yeah, he said, he goes, I don't know why they did this way.
Okay, well, sir.
He's like, he goes, but it's not right. And he goes, I'm gonna take a little bit more time than these Hoosiers did.
We'll bring the door down, is that okay?
Yeah, I'll get out of your way. I just want to see how that matches, but this looks really, really, really nice. I think it's gonna make the house look 10 times better.
The door is gonna change the whole look of the house.
Wow. Let me know if you need anything, like water, coffee, or whatever.
A light bulb?
You need more light here, don't you?
Yeah, at least one would be nice.
Oh yeah. Shit. I didn't even think about that. Sorry.
I got to pop these springs real quick. If I try to take one of these sections out, the weight will change really fast. And I'm screwed. By the way, sir, we're filming right now, just so you know.
Oh, okay.
No, here, I'm gonna put a light bulb in.
Okay.
Here you go. Here's this. This one here, we know we've got light.
Okay.
And then I just use the opener as a switch.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
Mucho better. See if I can find another one. Here, I'll throw that away.
Alright, so I'm gonna pop this spring. You're not gonna be able to see it. It'll be up here.
Got another one. If you want.
Well, I won't turn it down. Oh, the camera's right there.
Should we start the video over?
Oh no, it's live.
Oh, okay. I thought you were using like teach other guys that you hire or whatever.
It's live.
Oh,
People
cool.
will watch. We get calls from all over the country asking questions.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay. That's kind of neat. Sounds like it's broken, but it's not. It's just a rough surface.
Oh, that's
There we go. A little bit better.
Well, I'm gonna get a lot of it in about 30 seconds.
Okay. All right. Let me know if you need anything else.
Yes, sir.
I'm trying to get ready for a little bit. Get ready to go to work here. Beautiful Troy.
All right, so we take the hinge off the one side. This is the 9 door. It's not so bad. Just get this door up out of the way.
It's earlier than I thought. Do you care if I watch you do this?
Not at all.
All right.
Just remember, it is being recorded.
All right. I won't say anything stupid.
Ask away, ask questions. That's what it's about.
Okay.
That doesn't bother us. Like I said, we get questions all over. Trust me, we get a lot of calls where we sound like we're frustrated, but it's because we're on a job and getting questions, and sometimes people just don't want to listen. And a lot of it's over the photo eyes, because like I said to you, when you just hit it. You're not going to break it. A lot of it, people, if it starts blinking, we know it's a photo eye. Oh No, it's lined up though. It's just not. If it's lined up, it's going to work. It's not going to blink 6 times. But this was an obstacle job to record because it's open, it's smooth. Everything is going to just
Look right.
yeah, it's just going to flow. And putting it up is going to go. Now the hardest part, or let me rephrase, the most time-consuming parts are like taking this door down, messing with the track, because in a moment I'm going to go through all the nuts and bolts, a couple hundred. You're like, you're going to use all those, every one of them.
Yep.
And then the trim, doing the trim, because it all has to be taken off, then it all has to be cut to fit, or it doesn't match right.
Right.
And if that's the case, you're not going to like it. And that's.
Do you need to cut any of this off?
What's that? If you want me to cut it off, I will, but we're not putting any up. So what I would do is I would
make it easier for you and my.
well, here's the thing. I don't know when he's coming. As long as that trim is on there, I'm going to make it sealed.
Okay. He said he'll come next week.
I mean, when he takes all that off and takes the old stuff off, that's coming off with it.
Right.
Because underneath that aluminum capping that's there
Yeah.
is a piece of that trim.
Okay.
We never understand why, when they do the capping, they don't include that. Because they have to have some type of carpentry skills to do it.
Right. Okay.
And it doesn't bother me.
I want to make sure he's able to get this off. Once the door's up, he'll be able to get them.
Oh, that's going to come off in a piece.
And he'll still be able to wrap it with the door on there?
Oh yeah, just open the door up and he's got it open just like that.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's going to open the door, and then when he takes that aluminum capping off, there's going to be a piece of that trim on there.
They just went
And
over.
he'll just pop it off. Yeah, they just decide to go over the top of it.
Okay.
And a lot of times it's because they don't bring the perimeter weather seal with them. They don't think about it because it's not their thing. It's not what they do.
Right.
Okay. Another question. You do garage doors, so I've got an entry door that's got a bad closer. Would you happen to have one? No, garage door guy. I'm a garage door guy. Oh, but it's a door.
It's very, very specialized.
Yeah. Oh, well, do you guys do entry? No, we don't do entry doors. No. No, don't even want here. Let me give you the name of a really good company. And I'll give you the name of two really good companies. Overhead Door or Door Service Incorporated. Both of them. I'm good at surmise you didn't win any of this, right?
I was gonna say, I'm sure you probably take it and
It gets
get
thrown into a
recycled
steel
and
dumpster, and it helps offset the cost of trash.
yeah. Like my buddy, I got a couple buddies, but one of them's a plumber, and he keeps a bucket, and every so often he brings his stuff in, and he goes, yeah, you get a little bit of money, it's all good.
Yeah, well, there's a big difference in that copper pipe and steel.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Yeah, copper a few dollars a pound, the steel a few cents a pound.
Oh, yeah.
Or at least that's what they tell us.
What are they doing? Being cold, pickup day or something.
I'd be running mine out there.
Yeah. Anytime we got something big, I take it down to Eureka. They'll take anything.
Where you go vacationing?
Generally we don't.
So as I go, I try to keep everything out of my way. Get some capping done, and put the trim up, so I'll get that out of my way. Now all the nuts and bolts that I mentioned to him. Let's move over this way a little bit. Oh, goodness.
Yeah, we just got back to Black River last weekend. It was a good ride.
So where do you go to Florida?
Florida, we generally go to Ormond Beach, just north of Daytona Beach.
Okay. So you don't ever go to the south side? Not much Sanibel, any of those?
We have, I think, like my wife's brother, their family, they had a condo or something down by there. Something down there. That Sanibel's got like the starfish everywhere. Is it still like that?
I just got back.
Good fishing. Did you catch any snapper or?
We caught our limit within 30 minutes. My son, myself, Scuda, who may not hear this, he's only 16, but he is the nephew or cousin of the boat captain we had. But his grandpa, I'm really good friends with down there. He's got an airboat. It's nice. It's really nice.
Very cool.
Yeah. Uncle Pappy's Boat Rides. There you go, Bruce. I gave you a plug. It's nice. You ever want to barter a little bit? Now that I can do.
Yep. So when we go out of there's Ponce's Inlet. So like this is on the east side.
Right.
It goes Ormond Beach, Daytona Beach, and then a couple small little villages on the way to Ponce's Inlet where the lighthouse is. And the commercial boats come out of there. And then the Intercoastal Waterway, which is also the Halifax, that's where it comes in there and goes up north.
Okay.
And we'll get some charters out of there and go out fishing. And the big thing for us is, on the way back, New Smyrna is on just south of Ponce's Inlet and all that. and you know that's where all the sharks are. Cause
Oh, that's what I love to catch.
yeah,
Love it. I love it. That's what got me hooked. I caught a hammerhead shark. It was probably 4 or 5 feet long on a Zebco 33 that I bought from Walmart.
that's crazy.
Everybody's like, oh, come on, Brett. I'm dead serious. I guess it was 2017. And I've not wanted to go fishing on a lake since.
So you must have got him in the side of the face, I guess, or something.
No, I had bait on there. He took the bait.
A metal leader, or
No, this was my first time ever fishing like
you're
that.
kidding?
Dead serious. Me and my kids went. My son Nick, shout out to Nick, who's on his way back to Fort Campbell, and my daughter. She was just in the boat. So
Wow.
we got hooked, and then he and I went. I guess 3 or 4 years ago, he and I rented a little boat and went out right in some little canalways, right where they were splitting, going towards the intercoastal there, up by Sanibel and Captiva.
Yeah.
And we caught 6 black tip sharks in 30 minutes. Had a blast. He was the same way, and I was like, it just spoiled it. So this last time we went, the last time I went, in fact, I got videos on the YouTube, on the Door Company YouTube page of it. But shark, go out, have a good time. But the last time we went, we were fishing for snapper, red, snook, all that good, cool stuff, and couldn't get a bite. So I threw a pinfish, cut the back tail off, and threw a pinfish out, and it got hammered. I was on C4 charter. There you go, Russell. But we had a blast. It was just so much fun. So again, you ever want to go down? Got a house down there on the water, pool. Got a boat lift if you got a boat.
Yeah, trade places. So like we'll go out and usually get like mahi.
Yeah.
Some people like king mackerel. Some people don't like it because it's too bloody. Bonita, amberjack. If you go out deep enough over those wrecks,
Yeah.
That'll tear your arm off coming up. Some people don't like them because they think they're like the catfish of the ocean, but
No, trust me.
They're good.
We caught some catfish of the ocean. Yeah, and it was obvious. We were catching snapper and grouper, and on the opposite side of the boat, I took a Zebco Omega Pro and put a pinfish on there, threw it out. It got hammered.
wow.
And it took off 2 catfish. I bet they were about 7.5 pounds each.
Huh.
I thought, wow. But Russell knew right away. Now, another friend of mine down there, Brian, he goes to the Keys and fishes. But that's when he fishes, he wants to go down to the Keys and fish because he knows that area. He knows it, and he goes on some fishing trips.
Right. Yeah, my parents are down in Key Largo. My dad doesn't have a boat anymore because when the hurricane sank his last one, he didn't bother getting another one. They're on a canal, and I went down there a couple of years ago with a brother-in-law. We always help get my parents back and forth from St. Louis. And we'll go out by some of the reefs out there, and they have like little buoys you can hook up, and it's like fishing out of an aquarium. It's really cool. Yeah, like we could see way east of us was a place where they were taking, I guess, like the tourists to go along. I don't know if they were snorkeling or what they were doing, but they were pretty far away. But we could see the size of the boat, and we were over closer to, I think it was like Molasses Key or Molasses Island down there. That's a decent place. But yeah, back to the whole sharks. On the way back, we troll and get sharks, and they call them puppy sharks. Then they're either like black tip or sand sharks. And I'll tell you what, flay and eat them that day. We just cook them on the grill, or we'll fry them. A couple different ways. Like sometimes even like the amberjack, I'll marinate in something and then cook it on the grill and boil. But those sharks, we're just dropping and frying them. It's like was like melt in your mouth. There's something about that stuff fresh out of the water, especially the little ones.
Yeah.
And every fisherman down there, they encourage on the way back the troll just to try to help bring down the shark population. You know.
If I don't have somebody there to cut it up for me, I just let them go.
Right. Oh no, we were eating everything.
Now, this last time I was down, the cool thing wasn't, again, there was a couple videos of manatees in the backyard.
Yeah.
That you're not gonna see on the other side.
No.
But yeah, and we've had dolphins, you can hear the boom boom, boom boom boom, and their tails would be hitting the boats as they're swimming by.
Yeah. That's like in Key Largo. Not up north, where it's cold.
But I just usually go out. I'll be there a few minutes because on the way in I'll stop and get bait because I know what I'm gonna be doing. But as soon as I get there, I just before I do anything in the house, I'll just grab 2 fish rods and go throw them in.
Awesome. Where do you fish in Missouri?
Where did I fish? Very few anymore. I would go to Carlisle Lake.
Yeah. Well, once you fish in Florida, you're kind of
Spoils it.
Yeah.
Really does. I don't even think my son fishes at lakes very often. He's at Fort Campbell, and I think he said that there's a lake there. But he's like, once you're down there, and somebody laughed at me, but I can catch a flight out of Belleville. 2-hour flight. I just got back. The flight down there was like $70. The flight back was $50.
Wow. That's a no-brainer.
Why would I go anywhere else?
Really? Because you spend that much on gas, right?
It's a 40. I live in St. Louis. It's a 45 minutes to an hour drive.
Yep.
And you got to drive through so much of Illinois.
Right.
I hate that state. Hate it. So all you Illinois people listening, watching, sorry. I grew up there. Hate it. You couldn't pay me to move back.
I had cousins that came down from the Chicago area and area for a party we had for my parents a couple weekends ago. 2 of them are seriously considering moving to Missouri. They're like, we couldn't believe how beautiful this is here. It's stuff cheaper here.
And it's not. Well, my whole thing is it seems like every governor has been a criminal. And, I gotta stop.
I hear you. Get some coffee.
Now we'll get back to garage door talk. So I'm going to put the spring set together and I'll just set it on the floor. So once I get rolling, so the spring, the wire size, or the wire wound. So the RWs are right wound. When you're putting up a standard door, you want the wire to be coming back at you. So
You don't know anyone that wants to buy a 350 rocket? You Oldsmobile, do you? To put in a boat or a truck or a car or something?
I'll ask around. I know a few mechanics. But it runs.
Yeah, I had like 2 or 3 cutlasses growing up. I like carriers are 70 and 71. I think that's a 71 block, 71 heads. They're the number 7 heads. I think the intake might be a 72. That's my wife told me I had to start selling off all my cutlass parts.
And there's a point where it starts to take over.
I loaded a lot of interior stuff already, but use that money for home repair stuff, you know.
The thing about car parts anymore, you want to go back to those days, but the new motors are made so much more efficient.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. If I won the lottery, though, I think I would take my time because I would have more time to just take a basket case and make it normal again. I think it would be challenging and it'd take a long time. Only because when I did my first motor, I rebuilt 71 Olds 350 V8 with a children's book.
Oh, wow.
And it took me 9 months. And I was like 17. And my parents thought I was crazy and everybody else around, but guess what? It ran pretty good. And it put 320 horsepower on Matt Johnson's dyno. I don't even know if they're still in business, but
No idea.
yeah. This door's gonna be the newest thing in this house, I think.
Well, of course it is. It's just not going in. All right. I'm going to start making lots of noise now. All right. I'm going to tuck this under, so pull a little bit. Tuck this bottom weather seal in. What that'll do is keep it from contracting and pulling it and you having a gap under there. Don't know, a lot of guys will just cut them right on the edge. And then as it's cold and heat, it'll contract. And it will pull it, and you'll have a 3 or 4 inch gap. This way here, we know we've got extra on each side. So if it does, we can always pull it, but it'll pull against itself, so it'll hold it in place. Okay, you're looking at my door funny. What are you looking at my door funny for? Go ahead, I know what's on your mind. I'm gonna wait for you to say it though.
It's just the back side of the door, that's all.
It's the back side of the door, it's white. Reason, that's what you seen when it first. So the inside is solid, it's bright white, so it will help reflect the light, so you get a nice brightness in here.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, everything here from here on out's easy.
Yeah, one of my future projects, probably to insulate that wall, rip this tape off, retape it, mud it, and just put this whole fresh coat of white paint or gray paint. This gold is how it was for me. Yeah. I mean, it's all right, but
It's a garage, make it the way you want it.
right.
Number 1 across.
So the viewers out in TV land, about how many bolts or nuts are you driving there, you think?
These are door lags, so they're, a lot of people call them self-tappers. They're doors, they're tech screws. Each hinge is getting 4. The strut will get 10. So 4 times 4 is 16 times 8. Whatever that number is, and there's another 8 holding the bottom piece of the hinge, 2 for the handle, and then another 10 for the support strut that goes across the top. I don't think this door necessarily has to have a support strut, but what it does is, like on your door, how it's folding, where it's constantly being pulled in that same spot, that prevents it.
Okay. So needless to say, you got to have a battery backup for your door.
I've been using this battery since early yesterday, and it's held up rather nicely.
Really?
Oh yeah, I did 2 doors, 2 16x8 doors yesterday with 1 battery, and that was taking them down and off. In fact, yeah, I'm sold on Ryobi.
And there's a plug for Ryobi.
Plug for Ryobi. If you look at the side of my truck on the box, it's full of just Ryobi tools.
There you go.
I have to get nails. All right, now I'm gonna do a whole lot of talking to the camera. Because, well, I guess you too, because you're out here. But another question we get is like, what do you need nails for? You got the track. We'll set the door in place, make sure it's level, and put the track around the door. Don't care, as long as the door is level and plumb, we're set. Doesn't matter how your door your opening looks. I'm a door guy.
Right.
And we want the same distance off on each side. And then I'll put a nail in. Keep it from falling.
Genius.
Oh wait, Tom's the best. Plug for Tom. Actually, I called him. That's what I was calling on the phone. Telling him I'm forwarding the phone so I don't get phone calls. So the door is level. That section is level, so as I stack it, everything will stay level. And what it is because the cable's hooked to the bottom, when we wrap it around up at the top, if one is off as it goes up, it's going to be off. That'll throw a cable off in a heartbeat.
Sure.
And then you're calling because you've got a problem. Don't take it the wrong way. Don't want to hear from you again for a very long time. Unless you decide to get a new opener or something along those lines. Other than that, hear from you in probably 6 years when spring break. And I say 6 years because it's a single car, or it's a single door garage. You and your wife both got cars. This is your entry door, in and out.
Right.
So you're going to use it more than normal.
Right. Yeah, we normally use this door more than the front door anyway. These are the last 20 years here.
This is, and we try to get people to understand that. Like so the door will come from the factory with a predetermined amount up and down. And once you reach that number, you're living on borrowed time. All right. So this is the support strut, and we'll tack it in all the way down.
Oh, cool.
And what it will do is in the middle, I'll show you. All right, those who know doors understand, dude, what are you doing? This is the top section. This is the top section. But I'll put it here out of the way so I don't have a strut behind me. I'll set it in front. What I to do is cut into the strut, then I'll put the top fixture under it like so, so that the strut, the opener's pulling across the strut so it distributes the weight all the way across.
Smart.
And I don't have to, again, I don't want to come back anytime soon.
Well, I would imagine since your sticker was in the back of the old car, it's probably 20 years ago.
You had a couple stickers. I think Martin Dorr put this door in.
Oh, okay.
Look at that, plug for competition. I came over, had a plug too.
That's just how nice he is.
Now, overhead doors are good company. Kind of expensive, but they're a good company. Went out of the, got out of the Army and went straight to work there. I wasn't out of the Army 2 weeks. Had a job there. Locally, it's owned by D.H. Pace. Gentleman in Kansas City.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah. Good company too, though. But I worked my way up there pretty good. I had my days, I had my regrets some days about where I'd be at right now if I'd stayed there.
Mm-hmm.
Or if I'd have still been there.
Right.
Still know a lot of guys there. A lot of good guys in there. Believe it or not, your door will be standing up in the next probably 15 minutes. Now, it won't be functioning, but it'll be standing there.
It'll look beautiful.
Just prepare your wife, it looks different.
Good looking door. And we're looking at the back.
We'll do another plug here. I think DoorLink has the best made door. Hands down. If you'll stand over here and you'll look down where you see these two holes at, you're gonna see a little ridge, a little bump. Okay, my favorite door from overhead is a 391. It's made similar, darn near identical, with the exception of this ridge is where DoorLink kept the support strut inside of it. So on your old door, you had those metal things where all the hinges attached.
Sure.
DoorLink leaves them in and then puts the insulation around it. Whereas overhead, they take it out so it's one continuous piece. The problem with that is, again, personal opinion, I'm biting through the skin into bone. So I'm biting into that bone, so now, like doing the strut under it, it's got to yank everything out to get it out. And it ain't gonna happen.
Right.
Whereas if it's just into the skin, it'll, over time, it'll rip it eventually.
Right. Good engineering.
Now, there's a couple other companies. ProDoor does it very similar to DoorLink. So does Mid-America Door. I'm just partial. Okay. Truth be told, they kind of copied it. Hopefully nobody heard that. good morning so far. Been a really good morning.
And it's Friday.
Well,
It's Thursday for you.
sorry, Tom. Days of the week don't mean much.
That's right.
My phone will ring Sunday. My phone will ring Monday and Tuesday.
On the 4th of July.
Yes,
Sure.
hands down. When that little thing says 24-hour service, it means it.
Yeah. I believe it.
We hear, that's again like, I can't believe somebody answered the phone. Why are you calling? You're calling for somebody to answer. Well, I didn't think anybody would though. We do. Now, there's an added fee for that emergency service
Sure.
that a lot of people won't pay. But with that being said, there's quite a few people who will, especially on a holiday where I gotta get out. Mother's Day, everybody's leaving the house, which is crazy.
Right.
Father's Day, it's okay. We can stay home. Mother's Day, oh no, it's gotta go.
I hear you. Well, you're right. It's like a lot of people, this is the main door in and out of their home.
And once their car's in there, I gotta get. We are a people of I gotta go, I gotta do it.
Right.
And well, I gotta stay under my time. I'm sure you got me on the clock now that that's what I said.
One more. Well, that is a good looking door.
Hands down my favorite. You do so much with this door. You can make it look like the carriage house door because it's got the wide panels. It keeps everything long.
You go get it?
Yeah, if you want to grab it out of between the seats on the floor, you'll see there's the battery charger.
Front or back?
The front.
Okay.
Gives him a reason to go look at the door from the outside. He ain't tricking nobody.
difference already. Yeah, it looks good from the outside as well. It really does. And it really makes that trim look really bad. I'm glad Matthew from Windows.
Where?
Matthew from Windows Done Right. He'll be coming out. He does all kinds of windows and obviously trim work. So plug for Matthew. All right, I'm gonna get out of your hair for a little bit. Jump on the computer, I'll come back.
Yes, sir. Okay, I'm done. Put the cable on. Keep everything out of my pocket that I don't need. Boy, it's crazy not having a radio on. Oof. So this is where they poured the concrete and raised up just a little bit right there. I just don't want to, I gotta make sure everything stays level, even the track. All right, put the rollers in. All I know is that fan, she better have been watching this the whole time. I could have had the radio on. Alright, what I'm going to do is the cable runs up. I'm going to put it behind. So, when I put the track up, it'll be all good. So I'll talk a lot while I'm doing the track. Everything else is going to be pretty self-explanatory. So that's what we'll do. Impact is ready. Put wood lags for the track in my pocket. All right, I'll load, so I'm ready to go. And what I'll do is I'll put one side up each, and then I'll come back and finish it. Okay, we like to have a finger right here for it to float back and forth. And then what I'm going to do is just come to the bottom, this side here, and go all the way in. I gotta get a new impact on how the light on this doesn't work. And we're going to come over to this side, and then I know that the door is standing inside the track. So we keep it at the top. Like I said, we're going to leave a finger, but at the bottom we push it pretty close to the side or to the door itself, so it comes down in the feet. So if it's floating, the door will come down and recenter itself over and over. But as it goes up, it has the ability to float. So I'm going to pull out the nails on the bottom three sections. Both sides, so all right. So I'll pull the top out, get it. The opposite on the bottom, I'm going to shove it in so I know it's tight up against the bottom. And then the middle one, I'll lock in place as it is. Now, on the horizontal, it's got the flag kind of sitting out on the side. I'll put the level on it because I want it to be straight up and down. So now it's level there. It'll go on the top. Then I'm going to use this, hold it in place. So the top, or the horizontal and the vertical where they meet on the track is good. Put a 1/2 inch on, level my horizontal. Just like that. Put a lag at the top. We just don't want that to move. And then tighten down the top fixture because it's still got the nail, so up against the header, so we're good. I got the nail, and now while I'm on this side, I will go ahead and take care of the back hang, so I don't have to worry about it. I don't know about the rest of the country, but it is humid here today. I'm a little taller, so I can do that. Now we're going to put the spring set. Now the spring does not have to be in the middle. It's nice if it's in the middle, but it does not have to be. Anybody still watching, if you could please like and subscribe, we'd really appreciate it. I'm going to wind the spring. Put my rods on this side because I'll put the vice grips on this side. Now the vice grips are going to hold it in place. So this side here, I'm going to lock it down. Vice grips will hold this cable in place on this other side for me while I set this side. Now I know Tom don't like doing this, but what I'll do is to make sure I'm kind of level. I'll look and see where the set screws are on the drum on the other side versus this side to see how close I am to it. They should be within a quarter inch or so of mine, but all right, 7 high door standards, so we're going to go 7 complete turns. Knock it over a little bit, put a little space in there so we don't get a friction rub. These don't have to be overly tight. They're creating a bind. That's it. When you bite it too hard, it'll make an indentation in that shaft and make it really hard to change the springs because the springs will break. Again, stretch the spring a little bit. Tighten it down a little bit. Now, put my rod in here. Pick it up. Felt good. Before I hook up the opener, what I will do is I'll open the door all the way up and make sure there's no any problems like that.
A lot quieter than the other one already. put those back where they're supposed to be.
Oh, wow. You just wired these into the old ones, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just learned that.
This one, oh, this one I ran the new one, that one. Oh,
No, you didn't on this one.
oh, look, this is
You spliced them.
I spliced them. I'm gonna get some black tape.
Oh, this is all good. You don't have to put the black tape. I mean, you can.
I just didn't want them to cross. In fact, yeah, let me go get that tape real quick. It's in the car. I was doing some wiring at my father-in-law's house tonight.
So he spliced these together.
Yeah, I think when I paint and redo this, I'll run all the new wire up. I was just being lazy. Oh, look at that, there it works. That works.
Yep.
Because what I'll probably end up doing is just hiding it on top, you know what I mean?
And the ceiling?
Yeah. This is just temporary. Yeah, the insulating the garage and redoing this drywall is way low on the list. It was this trim. Then I gotta start working on doing some repairs on the deck. That's next on the agenda. For winter.
All right, will you press the button on the wall for me? That's about all we can hear from this building.
Which is a beautiful thing.
If you would hear it with the new one, oh, look at that, we're gonna. we'll actually change that one. Let's change that.
Yeah, I might go to, I don't know, if in the future when this one blows up, what do you like better? Do you like a screwdriver or chain?
Neither.
What do you like?
Belt.
You like belt?
The belt has a better warranty. Doesn't look up anybody, yeah. Yeah, you can buy even a Chamberlain that'll have a lifetime warranty on it. There's no way I'd ever buy a belt or a screwdriver. Oh, we sell this belt.
So I don't remember, like, even like, back when I was working at Sears selling these, I think they were only chain. Of course, they're made by Chamberlain. They may have had belt, I don't remember.
They,
But we didn't have the
really
screw
expensive.
because they were noisy.
The thing about the screw drives, people use the wrong oil on them. They'll spray oil on them, throw grease on them. It actually takes a special grease. It's a low temp grease. It's called Lubriplate. And it's phenomenal.
So in the future, you're saying go belt?
So, hands down, you won't hit the door.
Okay. Yeah, this has probably got, I don't know, 5 to 7 more years in it, and then I'll probably get another one.
Got one there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just an opener, man. It's just a motor. As long as, so it is you. It is just an extension of you. If it's easy for you, it's easy for the opener.
Right.
When it's hard for you, it's hard for the opener. And a lot of people don't understand that, but it is the truth. All right. If you would press the button for me,
Yes, sir.
we're going to press it a few times. Go ahead. Press it again. And again. 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 And again. Up.
Look at that beautiful thing.
You might press it again. It shouldn't have stopped. Again. You're right, your opener's going out. Been doing that a while, haven't you?
Honestly, I don't know. We haven't really, I mean, it's been like.
Been using it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Press it again. The circuit board is going bad. Ready to just stop. Yeah. Just like that. Press it again.
So I do need a new one.
In time. But here, you can use all the same wires and everything.
Right.
You just like that, you'll just take that off, use that wire, you can, same photo eyes and all, they're identical.
Right. Like when I put this one up, I added an extra piece of scaffolding and then just, put the new track and all that. Actually, because when they put this in before, they had real skinny things and I'm like, this is stupid. So that's why I kind of like added onto it and did it more than it was. In fact, they didn't even have it, it wasn't even like really centered. It was really weird that it wasn't it before.
All right, let's open it up. I will clean up.
Oh my God, it's beautiful.
Did your wife see it from outside yet?
Mm-mm. The shower. Look at this beauty. I may have to redo this. Let me see. Yeah.
And there we have it. There we have it.
Wow.
Have a great day.
To you, this is no big deal, but to us, this is amazing.